Down? You can't just count down with your fingers. How am I
I
supposed to
just did. Oh my goodness. Hi guys. How's everybody doing?
Hello. Hello, hello.
Welcome to Crew Talk, everyone. It's good to see you all. For those who were curious, that song was Riot by Jungle Fury via Monster Cat. It had some cool beats to it. Made me jam out a bit, I'm not gonna lie.
We look frozen.
We might be a little bit, but hopefully not.
Yeah, it's lagging just a little bit.
Hopefully it will behave itself. I apologize if it stays doing that. But I'm Musishell.
Buffer monster.
To the left of me on screen is Miss Mars Echelon. On the far side, up over that way, is Mr. Harry Wizard Gaming.
The second left, if you will.
The second left. All right. For some it is, some it isn't. Okay. I am frozen, but not in the terms of on screen. Hopefully, I'm cold. That's a whole nother story.
Just cold. Just cold
I'm
frozen. Not real,
freezing
not
all
real
day
frozen.
today. This below zero stuff can go suck some rocks. Some hellos.
Oh, that
Mr.
was
Eddie Nines, welcome.
that
Hello,
was a
hello.
lot.
Jono, hello. Who else are we got? We got Miss K Ride. We got Mr. Paul Mall. Baggy Noodle Arms, thank you for that subscription. I can't read my own screen. Widow, hello. Ken, hello. Who else is here?
Hello.
Burning Trees,
Hi,
hello.
guys.
Kyo, hello. The Quake, Korea. Hello, hello.
Oh, we just said hi to an entire nation.
We did. Hopefully Korea's still not getting buried in snow. Last I heard he had like 12 inches of snow where he's at.
4 hours worth of shoveling, he said.
Oh,
Where was that at?
So I'm not
Utah.
sure exactly where he's
He's
at.
in
but
Utah.
I'm in
That's just-
Chicagoland area, and we had some crazy stuff go down, but
Yeah, no, you had
not that.
freaking cold temperatures. But all right, so tonight, everyone, we're gonna be talking. Well, we're gonna start off with some gaming news, and then we're gonna go into talking about cyberbullying, what it is, what it looks like, and then we're gonna talk about how you can stay safe on the web, in connection to that. So settle in. If you have anything you want to add in, please do. Music gets the Frozen
Yeah.
reference. I do. It's a movie I have seen, Eddie. All right. So what do you got for us for this week's gaming news, Mr. Harry Wizard Gaming?
A bunch of stuff. Actually, not a bunch of stuff, but some interesting stuff nonetheless. I want to touch on really quick because I know nothing about it, but I know a lot of people are big Dragon Ball Z people. There's a Dragon Ball RPG coming out this year that they just randomly decided to tell everybody about. I don't know anything about it. They haven't released anything about it, but I'm kind of interested to see Skyrim gone Dragon Ball Z. But
Is that how it's supposed to be?
oh,
Oh, Well,
Hi.
there. Oh,
hi.
hey,
back?
you're back.
You guys like skipped and then it went away.
Oh boy,
Sorry about that. Wow, we're having some issues. This is a good start.
it's a good show, guys. Hang in there with
We're
us.
fine. So a lot of you might have heard that Metroid Prime 4 got restarted, completely scrapped by Nintendo after at E3 all it did was release a JPEG, which was nothing but to get everybody hype. But they scrapped the whole thing, saying that they didn't like the direction it was going, and they got Retro Studios, who first did the original 3 Metroid Prime series, to start working on it. It's a pretty big project to just completely scrap. I was wondering what you guys think about them scrapping it and about how they just openly did it. They were just like, hey, we don't like it. We're starting out over. It won't be out for... It doesn't even have a date that it might be coming out.
Just
I mean,
like
I personally commend them for doing that. At least they're honest about it. I feel like, if they want to put out a good game, they want to put out a good anything. Being honest about not being happy with their product is, commendable. Because why push for something and have people buy this game when if you feel like you're most likely going to get negative, remarks about it, instead of doing your best and putting out something that you feel is more worth it for your audience. I feel like that's a very commendable thing to push for perfection in that sense.
for sure, I agree. I think it's important. There's a lot of people that will obviously be upset by it. Just I think more so the fact that it's being canceled and being scrapped, because the Metroid people are like hardcore, but they love that series.
Oh yeah.
And so,
Right.
I think they'll be upset because of that. But I think overall, everything will be, it's important for a company to be transparent so that people know what to expect.
Awesome. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. And yeah, it does set a good precedent for other companies to just be like, hey, this is what's happening. We don't have to keep you in the dark anymore. I think that's a good idea. And then another thing more for you two, because I don't do a lot of PC gaming, but I found it very interesting that a huge game such as Metro Exodus just up and left Steam Store, and now they're heading over to the Epic Store. I didn't even realize Epic Store is a thing until a week and a half ago. So I'm way behind on it, and I'm not very knowledgeable about Steam. I do know that Steam is the cornerstone for all gaming on PC. I feel like that's what you have to go through, and that Epic is actually offering a smaller split for their percentages to the developer of the games. So I believe they're doing 88/12, which means now the developers are putting out the games for a little cheaper, which is a reason for people to go buy them from Epic instead of Steam.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I think it'll still be a challenge for them to pull people from Steam, just because Steam has so many games and so many things. I like seeing it that there's another client that you can go through. I don't know that I personally will be using Epic. I kind of glanced through it the other day, and they right now, and since it's new, to be fair, it's still new, but there wasn't that much there to make me go, okay, I'm going to spend all my time over here getting my games instead of Steam, where you can literally just scroll through pages and pages and pages of games. Maybe one day they'll get more of that. The one thing with Epic that I do like is the fact that they're doing a bigger cut for the devs.
To developers.
Yeah, it's important for the devs. I think that is important, and I think we'll see more, especially maybe indie devs going that direction, because it'll be easier for them to, break out into it. Because at the end of the day, it's business for them. They want to be able to afford it so that they can put it out there, so they can keep going and do more games. So.
And that's what I was thinking, because yeah, Steam does have a lot of games under its belt. Obviously, it has an insane amount, but what's going to keep developers there when there's a bigger cut over here? Especially like you said, indie developers. Now Epic's going to, if I make a game, I'm going to Epic. I'm not going to Steam, because I get a little bit more for my budget broke self.
True.
Yeah, and I think it's also a very common thing now. There's a lot of different outlets for people to go buy games on. So like Ubisoft, Uplay has their own store, Epic has their own store, Steam has their own store, BattleNet has their own store. Literally everyone is trying to get people to buy off of their own kind of, platform. So I think everyone's kind of trying to split up into their own, but people are going to go where they're going to make the most money, and if Epic is going to be offering the biggest cut, a lot of developers going into this are going to say, hey, this makes the most sense, but I feel like a lot of people are still going to stick with Steam just solely based on their popularity right now.
I think so
That's
too.
what I was thinking.
I think
habit,
so. Well, one, it's habit, definitely. Like, because Steam pops up and it's immediately in your face every time you load up. It's like, hey, sign in, let's play games.
Deactivate.
But and so there's the two sides, right? So there's the lower cost for the devs. They get more out of it, so that they're not losing as much. But also, there's probably less people there right now. So at the end of the day, is it going to balance itself out where, they take a little less cut and have more exposure? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see for sure. Because like I said, right now, the other day I went through the Epic store and I was like, there was already, I have this game. I already have this game. This one's an exclusive, but I don't know if it's that big of a deal to me right now. Who knows?
I also think it depends on how they work their app in their store, because if you obviously Fortnite's a super popular game and it's on Epic. So if you go to, the Epic app right now and it loads up Fortnite, if there's like a ad for the game, like you're more than likely going to see it maybe on there with that huge Fortnite population. So, maybe they're going there again just for, foot traffic. So if a lot of people are playing Fortnite and they go to the Epic thing and they see it on there, they probably think, oh, maybe we're more likely to get seen here,
right?
Instead of going through pages and pages on Steam.
Exactly.
Just oversaturation of games, really.
For sure. I think, really, at the end of the day, it's going to be one of those who just wait and see what happens. There's just so much. Steam just offers so much, and like right now, there's Steam sales going on, and people will just dole out the cash. That's always the joke that, oh gosh, there's a Steam sale, my wallet's empty now, because you can get so many different games, and I don't know if Epic will be able to compete with that side of it either.
I don't know. For the chat, because I'm gonna do a whole thing about it, and then if you guys haven't heard about it, definitely say something what you think it could mean. But about a week and a half ago, when I was researching all the game news for Crew Talk, this game Wargroove was saying that it was going to come and it was going to be released on cross-platform. between PC, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. That's weird. No, I haven't ever heard anything being released cross-platform between Nintendo and Microsoft, or Microsoft and obviously PlayStation. That doesn't happen. Fortnite was the first game to kind of make everything come together. And then something even crazier happened a couple days ago. Xbox Live, the actual Xbox Live, is coming to iOS, Android, and Nintendo Switch. If you have any questions about that, put them in chat, please. Any opinions about that? I already forgot the word I was trying to think of again, Mars.
Speculation.
Yes, any speculation
forgot
about
to. I
what
was
that
like-
can mean? Because I'm gonna give mine right now, and then obviously ask Mars and Miss Musi about them. The way I see it is, it's just for developers to be able to make cross-platform games. There's rumor that they can just put the Xbox Game Pass on there, but I don't know how they can make something like Master Chief Collection run on the Nintendo Switch. It would have to take a huge hit in quality, but it would be very weird having Master Chief on my Switch. I'm also thinking maybe Master Chief will be a Super Smash Bros. Character. Who knows? I think
You never
Nintendo and
know.
Microsoft are now best friends. And is this just a slight at PlayStation? Is this something that means is PlayStation's gonna have to jump on board? What does it actually mean? I don't understand what it means.
I feel like the Switch is being more versatile though, because also like you said for Smash Brothers, they're having that Persona character come in, Joker. So like they're really like branching out. I feel to like in both directions, and I feel like maybe